All right, so let's talk about the second step in the Winnow convergence proof. So as you know, we sort of got stuck because we needed to deal with ZT. We didn't do anything until we deal with ZT. Okay, so ZT, remember, what is ZT? It's a normalization constant that makes sure that the WT plus 1 J's all add up to 1. Okay, so when we wrote those out, all those WTJ plus 1s, then they look like this. Okay, e to the yixij. Okay, so those were these guys were the unnormalized WJT plus 1s, and then this thing is the normalization factor. All right, so what we're going to do is use a bound of an exponential by a linear function. Okay, so I'll just write that out. This is kind of a standard bound. Okay, so it's e to the eta a less than or equal to 1 plus a over 2 e to the eta plus 1 minus a over 2 e to the negative eta. You see, this gets the a out of the exponent. And it only holds for a between -1 and 1. Okay, but in our case, a is going to be this guy over here, yi times xij. So that thing, remember the x's live in a box, and the y's are either -1 or 1, so we're okay. And if you actually try to sort of draw that bound, sorry, this is a, then it sort of looks something like that. Okay. So here's the exponential here, and then this thing is the linear upper bound there. Okay, so what we're going to plug that thing into there and end up with ZT is less than or equal to, and here, of course, I'm going to use a equals yixij in that bound when I plug it in, sum over j, wjt. Okay, here we go, 1 plus, and then I'll substitute into the bound for a over 2. Okay, this is e to the eta plus, okay, wjt, 1 minus yixij over 2, e to the negative eta. Okay, so now I'm going to collect some terms. Okay, so I'll collect these guys first, and then I'll collect those two guys. Okay. All right, so this is e to the eta plus e to the negative eta. So one of each of them, and then divided by 2, those 2's here and here. And then I'm adding up the WJTs. Okay, and I think you can probably figure out why I'm doing this, because those guys add up to 1, because of course we normalized at iteration t, so they all added up to 1. Okay, so let's do that again. E to the eta minus e to the negative eta over 2, sum over j, wjt, yixij. All right, so what do we know about this? Well, this thing over here is yi times w dot xi. And what do we know about that? Well, you know, Winnow chose observation I at time t because it was misclassified at that time. Okay, so its margin, this is the margin, is negative. Okay, so I is misclassified. That's why it was chosen at time t. Okay, great. So this whole thing right here, this whole thing is negative. That's negative. Okay, and then the rest of it will stick around. Okay, so this thing is less than or equal to e to the negative 8, e to the eta plus e to the negative eta over 2. Okay, cool. So what did I end up with? What I ended up with was ZT less than this thing over here. Okay, so I can take negative log of both sides. That's totally fair, but I have to obviously flip the inequality because it's negative. Okay, so that is the second step in the Winnow convergence bound proof.